Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat.
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
All right, finally, we did it. We're live. We're killing it. All over the interwebs. Holy shit. Just to get this thing to work. It is so much easier to do it nowadays compared to 10 years ago. But wow, why can't computers just do what you want it to do sometimes? But we're here, folks. Like, share, subscribe out there. All two of you watching right now. Everybody listening in the future on the podcast. Go and follow and subscribe to all the podcasts on SoundCloud, Apple Music. We're here on YouTube. People, come over here. We need the watch time. You know what? I'm just about to start playing, like, I don't know, Howard Stern videos or something on the network, just to on the channel rather, to get these views going. And then I'm just going to bombard you with the videos. I think that's where I'm leaning these days, because I'm sick of everybody else doing it and getting away with it. And then the algos and the nerds in Silicon Valley just shut Dr. Huge and everybody down. Fuck that. Anyway, shout out to you, Sleaze. Sleaze in the house. Pro wrestling expert panel. Danny.
Damn right.
We have experts for you folks.
Good evening.
All over the place. Danny in UK.
All over the globe.
Sleaze in the boiler room.
Boiler room.
Yep. Backstage at WWE.
Yep.
Or is it
Freddy's? Looking for Cope.
Oh, there he is. You found him. There's Edge, a.k.a. Cope, a.k.a. Adam Copeland, a.k.a. other stuff. Brood member.
Dog shit.
Dog shit.
Moxley. This is as much as I've been talking about AEW lately, man. I gave up on that pretty quick, huh? My goodness.
Yeah, unfortunately, I watched a lot of it this week, and there's not much to talk about. It's really fucking bad.
You want to give us like a Sleaze AEW minute? Anything you've seen that is worth pointing out? What happened?
The Death Riders are the worst faction ever, and they come out all through the show. They're just like hog tying up people, like making them bleed. It's putting bags over their heads. Moxley he should never talk again. It's really bad.
Shouldn't be allowed near a microphone, just like Rhea Ripley. I'm saying, really, Trump, you got all these executive orders going, right? Can we make it totally illegal to let mommy speak on a mic? And
Mercedes.
Moxley.
Sasha Banks,
she's not allowed. Illegal. Yep. And then deport Dirty Dom.
That was a short list. I didn't know how long that was going to go on for.
It could have gone on forever, really. I have a huge list of things that need to be illegal, especially in pro wrestling. And Philly Sports Pride says what happened is exactly nothing.
Yeah, it really is. It's a lot of shit that's crammed into like an hour or two, and you leave going, what the hell did I just watch? Like, what did they accomplish? It's terrible.
And then your reward.
The only shining thing that I saw was like the Toni Storm stuff. Like, she is the only thing that I would sit there and watch on that program, on any of their shows.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I was going to say, your only reward for like watching it continuously and consistently is just having the same criticisms. And then it's like, if I can see that this is the problem over and over and over and over again each week, why can't anybody else? And why should I watch it when it's just the same problem every week? And then, you'll get a little sprinkle of something pretty good, but then you don't want to endure another hour and 50 minutes just for that 10 minutes of greatness.
Yeah. Right.
You guys see this as a like Vince McMahon? Like Tony Khan has basically become Vince McMahon in a lot of ways to me. At least just TV wise, like the product that he's putting out. It's like he's got his toy box and he's going to play with it, like we've mentioned many times before. Vince was kind of like the same thing. Like Triple H is doing what's best for business, or at least attempting to, right? Where Vince was just them old Raw shows in the late 2010s were the absolute shits.
It's the shits.
The majority of them, they all ended with like 3-on-3 matches. There was always only 4 people max going for titles at one time for the main title, which is crazy to me. You need, like right now, there's like several dozen people going for the main title, which that's how it should be. Why else are they all on TV? To wrestle each other and prove that they're better? That doesn't make any sense. They're there to win titles. And you don't need to have a record and all this stuff like AEW did. That's where they kind of separate. But my overall thought is Vince and Tony Khan are kind of the same kind of promoter, or at least it looks like it, because his stuff is the same thing. It's the shits. It's like these shows feel like they're going on forever, and they're discombobulated, and it doesn't make any sense because it's for him. It's not for us.
And it's bad too, because like I listen to Jim Cornette, and they usually have a section of the show where they break down the demographic, per quarter of people watching and stuff. And all the people that are getting the most TV time and everything like that, or people that are champions like Moxley, Cope, and all that, when they come on the screen, they lose viewers. So Tony's not even looking at that stuff. Like he's not listening to the general public. Because people are changing the channel when Cope comes on and when Mercedes comes on. It's bad.
Is it because they're terrified?
Yeah, it might be.
All the little kids watching AEW, like, and they grab the remote.
The parents turn it off. I don't want my kids seeing this.
Oh. Do you have something else you want to say? Any there?
I was going to say, Tony's just... He emulates Vince quite a lot, but it's not just Vince. It's the other Vince, it's Russo, and it's Bischoff, and it's just anything else he's ever seen anybody else do, because he's not a creative person. He's just, like you've just said, it's a toy box. He's playing with his toy box, and in his head, he thinks he's like fucking Disney, or he thinks he's better than Vince. He's thinking in that same sort of way that Vince would, wanting to be like the mass entertainer. But he's not talented. But he doesn't have anybody honest around him. Or if he does, he just fucks them off real quickly, or just ignores them and ghosts them, and then they end up leaving. But he's just this is dying days WCW, and it was a little while ago, and it sort of like picked up slightly. But now it's just now that you've got one faction just smashing the crap out of everybody throughout the episode and just doing really over the top, almost death sort of like beatdowns. It screams dying days WCW.
Yeah. Spray paint Death Riders on everybody. Yeah. Might as well.
Mox.
And it's even more ridiculous.
Mox.
Yep. Mox. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Spray paint Mox on people.
Yep. Mox. And
they have Jeff Jarrett though. I mean, that's the.
I do like Jarrett, believe it or not. It's kind of funny how that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that whole angle, we went through it with MJF and all this, but yeah, that was it wasn't good, but it was good for, like I said, sometimes the best wrestling is bad wrestling, and I'm talking about wrestling as a whole, not just the in-ring stuff, and that's why Botchamania exists. I like all that stuff. I like to hear him talk. So I like to hear him fudge everything up, once in a while. Not necessarily the moves and they break each other's necks or anything like that. But yeah, when they take like stupid bumps or they just do dumb shit. We've all seen them do basically every week. Somebody's flubbing something up, and that WWE is so professional now. I'm still saying it. When I first started the show back up, I'm like, how am I going to make fun of WWE? They're doing everything right. And I'm like, well, there is AEW. They botch every other minute. They're botching something.
Yeah, thank God we have AEW.
Mm-hmm. And we will have a call in. We got to get our takes out there first, but stay tuned. We'll give you the number. We'll hear your takes. Christopher, shout out to you. What else you got to say here, huh? Punk and Charlotte are my choosing for tonight. Yep. Punk.
Not a bad
Yep.
call.
You think it's a good idea to let Punk win this Royal Rumble tonight?
Honestly, I would have. If last year's plans for WrestleMania, when it looked like Rock wanted in and they were going to shift it around, personally, I would have just nudged the Punk priority up and given him. It's bigger than Cody. I'm sorry. I know people love Cody and I know they had a big plan, but it wasn't The Rock coming back to wrestling after however long. It was Punk coming back to WWE, and he'd still previously been in wrestling recently. So I'd give Punk his thing, to be honest. Yeah. I know people who's going to think, oh, look at that little Punk fanboy. I'm not the biggest CM Punk fan. But I still cheered on Cody last year, and I'm not the biggest Cody fan, but he needed to finish his story at some point, either this year or the following year, because he's still younger than everybody else involved, Punk and Rock. So he could wait a little bit longer to have got his ceremony, but they pulled the trigger last year. Fair play to him. So I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, and Punk he's the biggest thing in wrestling right now, you know, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion. So it's sort of dumb not to go with him.
It's crazy to me that TNA, if God, like the guy, I always forget his name, the little chubby guy that was running things for a while, and now he's not with the company anymore.
I don't
Scott
know.
More, yes. He was asking for a lot more money. I think he was attempting to sign CM Punk before he came to WWE when he was just out there, and that would have been, even if for a 4-month, 5-month stint or something like that, that would have been so huge for him. But yeah, they didn't give him the money, and then they fired him, or he left, or whatever. So that's what happened with that. But hey, I found some interesting AEW indie clips. Let's check these out. Did you guys see earlier today?
Oh boy.
This Dylan Bostic got into it with our friend Joey Janela, right? That he almost got into it with Enzo Amore back in the day. Remember that, folks?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'll whoop your ass, boy. That's what Enzo was telling him. And then Joey Janela looked like an old school, like Irishman. He was like, had his arms like this, like he was all fucked. So yeah, that was great. But nothing ever really came of that. But then something happened with this. So Dylan Bostic just picks up right here. He's about to go at it with Joey Janela and a dozen other people, apparently. So let's see. Let's see the tape, folks.
Yeah, fuck that table.
Oh, he took me right in the face.
Ah, jeez.
And then he gets 1, 2, 3. 3 other people stomping on him. 4. Well, the 4th guy's trying to help him. Yeah, we'll put it back again. Why not twice? Wearing the wrestling gear to me. On the merch, watch out!
Get his ass!
Not the merch.
Yep, so anybody know Dylan Bostic? I know the name. I didn't even look it up. I'm like,
yeah, I've heard the name. I don't know who he is.
Hold on.
Pure chaos.
Yeah. Hey, I love it. And then we got this for you folks from our friends at AEW Neckbeards.
There we go.
On the list. Hold on.
I'm a black belt and wearing budgie smugglers. I'm going down to MP. Grinding on the blood.
Oh no. Oh boy. What are we watching right now?
AEW.
Oh.
I think. Or it could be another promotion because they wrestle all over the place. I don't know. Everything's so confusing to my old brain these days. All this computer stuff is moving so fast.
That's not WCW.
So yeah, I don't know. My grandfather though would have had a heart attack seeing that.
Oh, mine too.
Because he's so sexy, right? I get it. See what I did there? Twisted it around, but yeah. I mean, Every time I turn on AEW, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing this. You know, they're talking about like diverticulitis and stuff and sad things. I don't want to hear it.
They got a guy coming out with golden scissors just trying to stab people. That's Ricochet.
He actually did, and then he wiped. This is the part where I'm just like, okay, this is stupid. You can tell they're allowing the wrestlers to like make up a lot of this stuff on the fly, and create these things. He stabs Swerve. This is weeks ago, and then wipes his blood all over him, his face, his shirt. Now, I get it. They're trying to get this image, right? It doesn't work like that.
No.
You got to get punched in the face by Nia Jax or something, have your face explode. Then everybody will think you're cool. That's how it works.
It's so forced. They had that, I think it was Hangman Page and Christopher Daniels. They had that match, and all the blood spots were so forced. Like, it's a poor ECW.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're bleeding for no reason. It's really dumb. There's got to be a reason for the blood.
Yeah. I mean, I'm disgusted with you, AEW. Cut it out. Like, every time I watch, it feels like a chore. That stinks. Coach thinks Dylan rocks. King Reezy says Dylan follows me. He's a decent wrestler. We need to get him on. Because I'm kind of siding with, I don't even know what's going on. Dylan apparently started this fight. I don't know what the beef is between them. I heard it was something about years ago they had a beef in AEW when Luke Harper passed away and he was still making a fuss about something. I don't know. But apparently that's the story out there, that it revolved around that. And, but then Dylan Bostic wants to fight Janela. It's, outside a wrestling event or at a con, but most likely a wrestling thing. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta get his side of the story. He was just jumped by several people. No fair fights around here. Let's look at the tape again. Let's make sure how many people jumped Dylan Bostic, our new best friend, who's coming on, right, Reezy?
Right, Reezy?
Right. Oh, we don't want to see this one again. Hold on.
No.
Does that what was he saying anyway? He's Australian, or is he from the UK?
Osprey, yeah, he's one of ours. Sorry, but no.
So what the hell? All right, we at least got to get the beginning. What is this?
Black belt and wearing budgie smugglers. I'm going down to MP.
What does that mean?
I can't even make out what he's saying. To translate it.
What?
He pulled up his shorts and then he said budgie smockers. You don't know what a budgie smocker?
Budgie smuggler. Banana hammock.
Okay.
Instead of having a banana hammock, over here we have a budgie smuggler. So it's just like your little bit of Speedo swimsuit that's just got a budgie bird, a little parrot. So you're smuggling a budgie, so we call it a budgie smuggler. Yeah.
See, we're learning things, folks.
Yeah.
And here's the fight again. Let's go.
How many people? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think.
Oh, they're really stomping him too. They're stomping on his feet while he's fighting Janela.
There's at least 6 that I could see.
And it's what's annoying about this? The story I read a story about this. I forget from who, but they're like, Bostic got his ass kicked. They made it seem like Janela beat him up. Janela was going to get beat up, folks. That's what it looked like to me. He was on the defensive the whole time. So, there's some hot takes for you. I got one other video. Might as well watch it now while I have this up. The Hugentron 69,000, as you can see in the corner. Yeah, I get that bigger. Such a tiny thing. Look at this.
Oh.
God.
This, folks. Drew McIntyre.
It was shot Yeet Street right front and center, in front of everything. Your McIntyre Street is buried in the back. Who's going to win today? I don't get scared.
Marks.
CM Punk does suck.
Hey, Drew.
Last year I took his tricep. This year I'm gonna break his
Finish the
Eddie over the belt forehead. The forehead feels freaking great. Eddie, you just did that an event over there where I was doing the signing. How many action figures, how many t-shirts did they have of Drew McIntyre over there?
You were on my birthday cake.
0. Exactly.
It is true. Like, think about that. I almost forgot he was in the Royal Rumble. We've been talking about everybody else and all these, so the surprises and all this. The Rumble super stacked. He has still had the best 2024 pretty much out of everybody when you really consider all things and put it into context. His promos are great. The matches are good. Where's his toys, WWE? I mean,
Yeah, I think PWI gave him and Punk like rivalry of the year or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gave him a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, he had a great 2024.
All right, let's hear more. He's got more to say to the fans outside the Royal Rumble here in Indianapolis.
Really 0. I mean, if you sell out like Roman's apparently going to take over the company again, everyone's already accepted it. His family, like Jay, Sammy, Jimmy, didn't get an apology. Little side ran back to his side, and they're rewarded with their street front and center. You just got to sell your freaking soul.
Just
telling the truth, and people are starting to see it more and more and more. I haven't lied one time. I'll never sell out. I'll tell the truth. I ain't gonna be a little side Roman so I can get my street front and center. I'll always be true to myself, and eventually you'll see the truth, you'll see the light, you'll see what I've been talking about. And when I'm back on top, you'll say, damn, Drew went through hell. And if you were with me the whole time, thank you. Eventually you found out the truth in the end, that's fine too, because sometimes you got to walk as fast as the slowest person. So if somebody's way behind, tell them, Drew's never lied. Show me where he lied. You won't find it because I've never freaking lied. I never will freaking lie. I'll never freaking say. McIntyre Street is right in the freaking back. I don't give a damn. It's not going to slow me down. I'll keep working my arse off. I'll keep kicking everyone's arse. I'll keep telling the
killing it. Look at him. They're all patting him on the back now.
Here, look at this.
Yep. All right, we heard from you. Okay, thank you, Drew. Yep. So
now we got to catch him. Now we got to catch him lying. That's what we got to do.
I'm sure he's told a lie here or there. I know he backstabbed Dolph Ziggler, at least when he first came up to the main roster back from NXT. Remember they put him back through NXT? Isn't that crazy when you think about it?
That's nuts.
Like, he wasn't a main roster guy out the gate. Like, okay. That's Vince McMahon brain right there. He was starting to fall off hard at the end. And I'm a Vince guy. Like, as far as the creative goes, he's given us a lot of the greatest stuff, especially the late 90s. Early 2000s, mid 2000s even. But, the longer it went on with this guy, it started to suck. And then he gets Drew McIntyre back, who he likes. And he's like, you know what? You're bigger, better. You talk better on the mic. You do everything way better now. How about you start at NXT? Not like you weren't on the main roster already and know how we do things here. Like, get the fuck out of here. This is crazy. Thank God they set up that conspiracy to take him down, you know?
Yeah. Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, but if you push Drew, you'd have made Roman look crap. Because Roman is pushed as that hybrid athlete where he's huge, but he's also fast. And Drew does all of that and more. And if you push Drew, then Roman's not going to look very strong in comparison. And that's, in my opinion, why Drew hasn't been given like as much of a rocket strapped onto his back this time round. I mean, he's got a push, and he got the Royal Rumble win when there was nobody in the crowd, but sadly that just fell flat on its face. And no, it didn't fall flat on its face, but it could have been so much more. And even he, I think, has sort of like said that he doesn't feel like the full effect of it.
It's true.
Poor Vince.
Everything Danny said is true.
We need, you know what? Who needs Vince McMahon? AEW. How awesome would that be if Vince joined the AEW? And it would never happen. They both have too much money and all this stuff and whatever. Like, But it's not beyond Vince to start another wrestling promotion. I would not be surprised.
No.
He'd probably start one at 100 years old.
Well, there's rumors out there that he supposedly is starting something. It's very vague. And like somebody said, oh, he's already got a roster. I'm like, roster of who? Like
roster of legal assistants or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that lady's job was. Not girl. I can't believe that blew my mind when I figured out that whatever her name was, the one that was fooling around with Vince and all them, that I thought she was 21. They were all acting like she just like basically came of adult age. And nope, she was in her 40s. What? Okay, it's been going on for several years. You were in your 30s.
She officially mentioned Brock Lesnar too recently.
Really? So yep. Brock Lesnar officially pounded the cheeks, you're saying?
Allegedly.
Definitely allegedly with him.
That's when he's done.
Didn't Laurinaitis say that he was forced to do this stuff, but like he's kind of like admitting to it, but he's like, I thought I was going to lose my job. I think that was the story that I saw. So if I'm wrong, allegedly.
Supposedly.
In a boxing ring. YouTube. Right. No violence.
No.
So I saw the beginning of SmackDown last night, and I thought to myself, I'm not watching 3 hours of this. There's no fucking way I'm going to start doing this again. Same thing I did with AEW a couple weeks before, where I sat myself down, grabbed the notebook like a professional analyst expert, and I'm like, I'm going to take notes. And it was hard. I'm like, I'm working right now. And then I did a podcast about it, and like 5 people showed up. It was months ago, but hey, I tried. And I'm not going back. They're not really drawn for me. You know what I'm saying? But definitely a SmackDown. So I watched the highlights for the first time this morning, just on threads online. Like people put whole threads where you can just watch video by video of every segment. And you can fast forward through it. It's amazing. So I did that. And you know what? There's really nothing to report back. Priest is like the top guy on SmackDown. Jacob Fatu, they're really giving him a huge push on there. It is your mid-card. It is your filler show. Fucking 3 hours to watch that? I'm watching the highlights, and I've heard that ratings have been dipping like crazy Friday Night SmackDown. I'm telling you, big part of the reason is no real story going on, and it's 3 hours. And nobody's trying to do that on a Friday night.
No, and that's the bit. The 3 hour thing is killing it. I don't understand why they keep trying to push a 3 hour show. It's too much for anything. On a weekly basis. It's crazy.
The only thing I can think of is that they had Raw for 3 hours, and that was like a way that they could keep it on USA or maybe like a contractual thing. I don't know. I thought at first, I'm like, this is kind of a good idea for them because the audience is pretty big right now, and they have a lot of talent. Like, how about this? Whoever you got on Raw is good, and it's fine. That roster is perfect right now. Just keep it the way it is. SmackDown, cut that shit in half. NXT, cut that in half.
Yeah.
And release all these people. And then turn SmackDown into a 2 hour show, just like Raw. And if you want your B players on there, still give them a bloodline story. Like, give them some long-term backstage storyline where it's like out of this world, not flipping a car on somebody, not going to their house. We've done all this before. There's so many different types of stories that you can do. NXT's tried some out with the Dawn and all this, going to his restaurant and blah blah blah. Do something, but make it bigger than, like, larger than life, like the bloodline storyline is. And it's hard to do, but shoot for the moon and you'll still be with the stars type of deal.
Yeah, I think they need to do another draft or something, or switch people out, or do something, because SmackDown it's not interesting to me. It really isn't. There's nothing compelling, and it's 3 hours. Yeah,
Chris likes it. He says it was decent, not too bad. Everyone wants the fancy restaurant on a Friday night. Exactly. You know, if you have a bad night where you're gonna have to do a show, then you should try your best to make that your best show. You shouldn't just go, oh well, it's on a Friday night, nobody's gonna watch. They will if it's good. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. So WWE, they've been
Leave them
killing it.
wanting more.
Yep.
Leave them wanting more. Don't leave them thinking, oh, fuck, that's finished. I was waiting for that to finish because it was just the same old, just filler. That's yeah, especially on a go home show.
Yeah, and then the very next day too. And I mean, here's some of the matches: Chelsea versus Meechin for the U.S. Championship again. Okay. You know, Naomi versus Liv. Naomi wins that. Chelsea won her match, by the way. I mean, we all know who's winning all this stuff too. Then you got the Motor City Machine Guns, Los Garza, which I like all these people that I'm speaking about right now. Versus DIY and Pretty Deadly. Love Pretty Deadly. We all know what happened with that. I don't even need to say the good guys won. Jimmy Uso and Carmelo, and Jimmy Uso won, of course, because he's like been in the business a lot longer, and Carmelo's still, you know, taking these losses before they push him to the moon, I believe. And then a bunch of speeches in between, which are okay. Kevin Owens is all right, but you know what? Kevin Owens is like a A+ player on the B show, and I think that's the right role for him. Keep him off all this main stuff. I want him to lose, even with Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes, you know how I feel about this guy. He stinks. He's boring. But yeah, maybe Cody Rhodes can go and stay on a 3-hour SmackDown to try to lift that up after he loses the belt in the next few months, because he's gotta. What do you guys think about that? He's gonna lose this belt, right?
Yeah, he's definitely gonna. I don't think he's gonna lose it to Kevin tonight, but definitely at Mania, he's gotta lose it.
Yep. Get out of our lives, Cody. There he is. Cody Rhodes.
What do we want to talk about?
Mm-hmm. Watch him swerve us and give it to Kevin, and Kevin can lose it right before Mania or something. I could see them doing something like that. Because I mean, how many times are they just going to feed guys to other guys and we know it? Like what's been happening to Sami Zayn or Jey Uso. Like every single one of these main event matches, I'm like, yeah, Cody Rhodes is going to win this ladder match. But really, should he win tonight? Like, if you were right in this, we all like Cody chasing better, but would you? Yeah. Isn't tonight the night? If you were going to do it, even.
But do you want Kevin Owens to have the belt? That's the only issue with me.
I know
personally, I do, but I think business-wise, I don't know.
No. He's not. He doesn't have the tweezed eyebrows like Cody Rhodes.
Right. He doesn't hug kids and whatever.
Did you guys see him a week ago? This Cody Rhodes. He was so on fleek. The eyebrows, his hair was like perfectly golden. No tint. No like what do they call that? You know, when you dye your hair and you get the losing my mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Blonde. When you dye your hair blonde, and then you're a brunette, but you get the roots.
The roots?
Oh,
like the band. No roots. No Paul Heyman gray roots or anything like that. He was he looked so perfectly made up a week ago. I was like laughing to myself. I just started laughing. I'm watching. And the Sleaze left. That's what I was doing, looking at his eyebrows, tweezed eyebrows, and his spray tan and his makeup. Like, get this guy off my show. He puts on his makeup.
Would you F me? I'd F me.
Yeah, it's totally what it felt like.
I don't know what the hell just happened.
That's all right. The man just trying to stop you from speaking the truth.
Yeah, because I was about to shit on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, we're still talking about his makeup from the other night and his tweezed eyebrows. And
that's the thing. Like, I just got a 4K TV, And I'm noticing how much makeup they put on these dudes.
Yeah, he really did.
Like CM Punk the other night had shit like caked up under his eyes, like real bad.
I need that. I could use some of that.
Yeah.
Maybe I gotta get CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's makeup artist.
That's why I wear the sunglasses.
One night, Drew McIntyre came out there with so much makeup on. I was just embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I had douche chills because I was like, "Oh my god, he's got so much makeup on! Like, why did they do this?" And I'm like, "Well, it was the beginning of the show, and they probably put a rookie on him because the rest of them all have the divas on them all night.
Yeah.
I still call them. They're always the divas to me, especially when they come out with the pay-per-view kabuki masks that they wax on their face."
Yeah. Selling ass cheeks.
Yeah, but now with the 4K, you can notice the cellulite.
Who's got cellulite, Sleaze? Tell us.
Oh, definitely Nia Jax.
Wow, Nia. You see the cellulite? She wears a whole one-piece suit.
Take a close look. It looks like she got shot by something.
Wow.
It's like feta cheese in a plastic bag.
Hey, everybody out there, retweet this. It's been on 55, 56 for like the past hour. Go fuck yourself. Retweet this and share it and go on YouTube and watch this video. We're not doing this for 55 people. Well, we are right now. We're doing it for 1,000 people in the future as well. So get everybody rounded up. It's Saturday afternoon and the experts are live for now. And when you're going to get a chance to call in a little bit, shit's going to get crazy. You know what happens? People start calling in and they threaten to delete themselves, Sleaze, right? They try to catch us off guard. It's not going to work.
Not going to work.
Come in with hardcore wrestling takes, or if you're like a whack packer, if you're a wacky person, I love wacky people. You come on. Yep.
The wackier, the better.
I'll put the number on the screen soon. You stay put, Chris. Yep. Tell us how we're wrong.
Calm down, Chris.
About 3-hour SmackDowns. So wrong. Here's a story. Now I'm just going to start doing random stories. That big one was the Joey Janela, him getting punched in the head on cam. So Buff Bagwell, he's had issues. He's been this, he's been that. He's been a internet Twitter sweetheart for a little bit too. Remember that whole angle a couple of years ago? But
yeah,
he is going to jail.
What? I didn't hear that.
For like 3 days. And he went out there before any of this could come out, and he says, "Listen, this is from a DUI like 5 years ago. It's not that I relapsed. So it's not that, guys. He didn't relapse. He's just serving time for something. If you want to believe this, because I have a tendency not to believe people that are addicted to anything. It's just me. I just go, oh, okay,
So he got a DUI, but he said he didn't relapse. I think that's not the way it works.
He had a DUI 5 years ago, and it's something that had to do with the case or something from the past. And he's like, guys, I didn't relapse. It was just, this legal stuff. So I'm going to go serve my time, and I'll be back.
It took 5 years to get 3 days in jail. What? What are we doing?
He said he's 2.5 years sober, so maybe it was even sooner than that.
Okay.
I don't know, but don't drop the soap.
Clench those butt cheeks.
Yep. He's going to be in a white supremacist gang for 3 days. He's what else is he going to do?
I always said if I had some prison time, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pretty guy, I think guys would.
You get your cheeks taken?
No, I wouldn't wipe my ass.
Oh, maybe
the whole time.
Wow.
I'd be like, come on, you want some of this? Come get it.
You'd be very itchy.
I wouldn't get a,
Well, you think? I'm sure that's been tried before.
One of these.
Some of these guys, maybe they don't care. They may even like it. That's how depraved and deranged, these prisoners.
That's disgusting. Yeah. People are sick.
Where they would send you, where it'd be to max, super max.
Super max. Because I'm a super villain.
Yeah. Oh yes, prison. You know what? Here's a hot take. Prison podcasts are some of the best ones out there, at least for a little bit. And then they kind of start saying all the same shit over and over. It's like, oh, okay, get it, I got it. Thank you. Don't drop.
I would definitely continue the podcast if I was in prison.
Yeah, they
Just
all
putting
have
it out
phones.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a phone, even in prison. Did you?
Right.
How about you got prisons over there, don't you, Danny?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we've
you
just
got
we've been letting all the kind of like all kinds of wrong uns out recently. I say we, but like the current prime minister.
Sounds
Been
familiar.
just letting some wrong uns out and then putting people in their place who are just like saying naughty things, rude things on the internet. Not even naughty things, just rude things or sometimes slightly incorrect things. Yeah, words get you put in prison. Trans not so much. It's not good.
They're trying to do that here too a little bit. I've noticed. Like today, I wrote that Julian Edelman, who was on my New England Patriots and won Super Bowls, great player and all this. He's still a goof. I know he's a goof. He says goofy things. So I wrote, Julian Edelman is a goof. And Instagram was like, do you really want to say this? Do you want to edit it? And I'm like, no, I don't. You know what? He's a fucking goof now. How about that?
You did it.
Yeah. It's all
He's a
your fault
fucking
too.
goof.
Instagram. Stop getting in my business, telling me what to say, what to do. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. We're done with that, right? Or are you guys just so mad that planes are going to keep falling out of the sky?
Oh, jeez.
Maybe. How about that for a story? Have you seen that, Danny, over there?
I heard about the plane and the helicopter.
Oh, boy.
Is that the one you made?
Hmm?
The plane that crashed with
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
And did you
I
hear
heard
about the
about
one
one,
in
yeah.
Philadelphia last night? Yep.
No.
Yeah, this isn't normal. These aren't
Did
things
this
that
one just
usually
crash, or
happen.
did it
I know
crash?
he's on a delay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's farting.
Sorry?
Did it hit something else, like another helicopter, or was it just the plane crashing on its own?
It was like a small medical plane crashing.
Right.
So a 6-year-old girl from Tijuana goes to Philadelphia, flies all the way there to get like all kinds of like emergency surgeries or whatever, saves her life, puts her on a plane with a doctor and other people, and they are going to fly back to, I believe it was Kansas or on the way back to Tijuana. And yep, that's when it just nosedived right into a middle of a residential area in Philadelphia. Like somebody's in a drive-through, picking up a burger, and it's like a plane crashes behind them. It's insane. So yeah, that stuff generally doesn't happen. But all of a sudden, since 2025 started, and I've been telling people, watch out for this 2025, things are getting really weird. And it's just been every year gets weirder and weirder. And it started out day one. A bunch of people get run over in New Orleans. The Tesla truck blowing up in front of Trump Tower. They were both military people that they at least reported. Then we got these plane incidents happening. One with a Black Hawk helicopter over there. Okay, it's Washington, D.C. Maybe you need some of those military type helicopters around there, but it beelines it right for the fucking commercial jet, and then this latest thing, and it's all within a month.
How do you not see a plane? Like they said, yeah, it was nighttime and everything like that, but you're over a major city that's lit up, and there's a fucking Boeing that's flying. How do you not see that?
Yep. And Philly Sports Pride, he's from Philly, says that the back of the plane blew up over there, which I've been hearing stories too. It was like it blew up in the sky.
Oh God. And
then just straight down. So is it foul play? Is it people are now speculating on everything, of course, but how could you not? You can't believe anything they say on TV. None of us do anymore. if you're not on the internet looking at any of this stuff, then you are wasting your time, because they are not telling you anything. You think they're going to tell the common people out here about the truth about anything? They know you're stupid. you know, of course, they would never. You wouldn't believe it anyway if they even told you the truth about some things, because you're so keyed in on this brainwashing. So, but yeah, it could be anything. Could be cartels. Could be the Trump stuff. Who the fuck knows? We didn't even know what the drones were, and now Trump's coming out and going, "Oh yeah, by the way, they lied to you. Oh yeah, they said Iran. Remember, we were laughing. Iran. They said it was Iran. Sure. Are they covering UFOs? Are they like throwing?
They're definitely doing that.
Smoke screen
Sasquatch, everything.
Like, with that, I'm saying specifically, are they throwing a smoke screen over that with these drones, or was it they're saying they were just testing us? So I don't. A lot of weird shit going down, and yeah, that's why if you want me to go to one of these Royal Rumbles or WrestleManias, I don't know how you guys can be feeling good about getting on any of these planes now. The Boeing situation, that guy that was about to go testify and then he just unalives himself in a parking lot a day before court. Really? Oh my God. And then everybody's like, I'm crazy, right? I think we know the conspiracy theorists have won now. We're kicking everybody's ass, destroying it lately. So there's something's up with all this is all I'm going to say, folks.
Bunch of malarkey.
Imagine if Brock Lesnar actually did spear Mr. Perfect out of that plane ride from hell. And it would have created a larger explosion than what happened the other day. 100% easily, hands down. And then Brock Lesnar would have got up and started smashing houses and shit like the Hulk.
The only person that would have survived was Ric Flair. And it's because he would have used his dick as a helicopter blade.
Oh, yes.
Safely landed.
Mm-hmm. He would have just kept twirling it around in the air.
Yes.
Yep.
Like that.
Wow. Yeah. I believe it.
One survivor.
That's still the greatest. You know this is coming back. The Dark Side of the Ring is coming back.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Can't wait.
They have some good ones here. They gave us a whole list. So there's some I don't even know. Like, I don't know who Billy Jack. I know the name Billy Jack Haynes, but I don't know his story. So I'll watch it. You know, I don't mind it for that reason. I get to see, you know, like usually if there's an Eddie Guerrero one or something, I'm like, I don't really need. I already know. You know, I know the story. But Superstar Billy Graham, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Daphne, which is interesting to the huge. The OG Sheik, Ed Fachat. So there was a Sheik before the Sheik kids. Yeah. Not just this Sheik. This is the only Sheik sample I have.
You are fucking gay bar.
Thank you, Sheik. And here's the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Vader.
Yes.
Tony Atlas and Survivor Series 98.
Well, they have one on Hell in a Cell too with Undertaker and Mick Foley.
Oh, that's going to be in the new season?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And last but not least, I will mention him, Ludwig Borgia, which, again, I know the name. I couldn't tell you anything about what he's done. So
No.
But, yep. The Sheik. The Sheik was a madman. Why couldn't he? If he was still alive, he'd be on the podcast, too. We'd be getting him on here.
Oh, he'd definitely come on.
100,000%.
He'd be saying F Hogan the whole time. It'd be great.
Just let him go crazy. He'd be talking about breaking everybody's backs and effing their A's and making them humble. Yep. All right, Ric Flair, get off my screen. You're scaring everybody. Twirling your helicopter around. So, have you heard this story, folks? Asuka. She's like very scared out here these days. Recently, I'll give you a quick story that has to do with me, where I seen one of her tweets about something. I forget what it was, but I had mentioned like this joke about, oh, I thought we were getting married. This is crazy that you're telling me this. She had wrote something about, but she was actually serious, I think. And then under in the thread, she's like, who are these people? Like, what is going on? Everybody wants to marry me and be with me and, all this stuff. And so she's been like acting like she's like, something must have went down. She's like, the people at the airports, everybody's scaring me. She wrote a tweet basically like, don't approach me because it's very scary to me and I don't know what's going to happen. And it's like, whoa, what is up with that?
I think it's one of those where it's like, you get these creepy fucking people out there that see these people like having lunch or walking down the street and they can't help themselves. You know what I mean? You got to understand these people are human beings,
Yeah.
And if you're getting people every other hour or so or every other minute on Twitter saying, oh my God, I would, rip your skin off and wear it. And it could get to you, I guess.
I think it was Rhea Ripley that put something out a few months ago. Just someone had come up to her in an airport or something, and they'd maybe just like got a bit too close, and she'd put something on Twitter saying, "Look, we are humans. Please don't just fucking approach us and unexpected and just appear behind us in like airports and stuff." And yeah, and if there's that language barrier with Asuka, she's got to sort of like, as well as reading someone's body language when they approach her, a stranger, she's also then got to listen to what they're saying and be like, are they threatening to wear my skin, like you just said, or are they just complimenting my hair? When people are very crazy on the internet, you've got a very short window to sort of like figure these things times in public. Yeah.
I still have it, and I'll find it. Me and Justin go to Jacksonville years ago, and I turn around and I'm like, holy shit, Cody Rhodes is like waiting for his bags over there. And Brandy was with him. So I say to Justin, holy shit, like, look at that. I didn't run up to him and go, oh my God, Cody, and blah, blah, blah. He's just there with his wife waiting for his bags and shit. I snuck a photo and he caught me, but that was about it.
Well, you're a journalist, analyst, expert, so you got to do that.
Yeah, of course.
I love when Litman one time, he's like, he went to a Royal Rumble or something. And he didn't meet. He saw Johnny Gargano at the airport getting his bags, and he was like, "He's so small, worth them." And I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
And then remember when we were at one of the SmackDowns in Mohegan Sun? Of course, the Road Dogg's outside. I'm pointing him out to people. Other people are running up to him, and I'm like, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah, we didn't do that.
And I'm fucking as big as the Road Dog.
That's like when Alexa Bliss was in the elevator with us.
She came into our elevator. We did not go into her elevator. Let's make that clear.
Right.
Correct.
I have a picture of that too somewhere.
She comes to us. She was like, holy shit, it's Dr. Huge and the Sleaze in this elevator. I must go in there.
Right.
That's what she was fangirling over us.
Oh, big time. We were like, hey, calm down. Relax. We're people.
Yep. Giggling. Then you know what that means? She was giggling. It means she wanted us.
Yeah.
100%. Right, Danny? That's what it means, right?
No doubt.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Danny?
Yep. So
we didn't give her an autograph.
No, I refuse. I said, listen, this is my stop. I'll see you later.
Yeah, bye.
Yep. If you want some of that, DP action, please. Room 69.
Yeah.
On the 69th floor. Get it?
Get it?
Yep.
Chinese finger cuffs.
Well, now she's a mom and all that, so we can't think about that anymore. But
we've all grown.
Yep. It was back when way before all this, with babies and grossness and things. You know. So
breastfeeding stuff.
Yep. I don't like it. Those are my boobs. That's how I see it. Here's another crazy story. I like this Velveteen Dream in the ring, in my professional wrestling. Outside, not so much, kind of annoying on Tough Enough. Obnoxious to the rest of the world. I get it. But he's out here Look at that shirt. He wore this at an indie event the other night. Do you know what that is?
What is that?
That is a shirt of mugshots. And he wore this shirt at a show, and it said "guilty by association" on the back, and it had Roman on it, Vince. Oh, let me do this right. Roman, Vince, Trump, Booker T, Liv, Ric Flair, Andre the Giant, Brock,
Jericho.
Eddie Guerrero, Scott Hall, Y2J.
Wow.
They're all on there. So he's trying to make a point. Do you get it?
That he's a dick?
Well, yeah. Do you get the other part? Why would he be wearing this shirt, everybody? Put your thinking caps on, chat.
Yeah, I want to hear everyone's opinion.
I think it's because, he's been in trouble with the law in the past. He had the dealings where he was sexting a 16-year-old boy or something years ago. I don't know. But I know he did get picked up on certain other things, getting crazy. I don't know. It seemed like either he's mentally ill or he's addicted to something. I think he's just mentally ill, if you ask me.
I think he's fucked in the head.
So he wants to get back in the WWE. The reason I even know all this, he put out a video 4 or 5 months ago, a whole apology thing to the WWE and Triple H, and saying, hey, I'm good now, I'm fine. And I'm thinking to myself, I want this. I want him back in wrestling. People forget how super hot he was. Remember, you come out in the Hogan pants, the spray paint pants and all this. His gimmick was super over. And it's such a waste to me, because they could cut half the roster in WWE, and if he was on it, he would be staying on it. I think that's how big time he could be, and who knows how much bigger he could get. But there was a lot of people, they don't want to let anybody come back from anything these days. From anything, could be anything. So I think that's the main point, is like, look, everybody else gets in trouble for all kinds of stuff, and they get to like have a life. So maybe me too. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but
tell me I'm wrong if you want.
But look at all the guys that he has on his shirts. Like, what were the charges on these people? Besides, Trump's a felon.
Yeah. I don't think he went away for diddler stuff.
No. And Liv got caught with like weed or something. So this is a bad way to promote yourself into being like, I'm okay.
Velveteen didn't go away for diddler stuff either, though.
No, but I think he was accused of it or something.
Right, allegedly in a boxing ring. Yeah, of course.
Right. But Ric Flair, that was probably a DUI,
Mm-hmm.
or his penis in public.
Yeah, so I don't know. The people aren't that forgiving. I don't know if you've noticed the Tessa Blanchard stuff, and maybe they shouldn't be. I'm open to that. I'm open to not letting him back if it is that bad for business, which that's how it is now. You can be truly canceled for a lot of different things. And hey, yeah, you shouldn't be texting young teenage boys,
But the thing is like, okay, I'm all about giving people like second chances and all that stuff. But there's certain things you don't give somebody a second chance for. If you're texting a boy, like you said, I don't give you a second chance. If you got a DUI, okay. If you had a drug problem for a while, all right, now you're clean. But if you're texting a young boy, that's different.
Oh my God, look at his picture.
What the hell?
That's not just on my end.
Yeah. That's our end too.
Yeah, you froze there for a little bit, but then it turned into the. It's fine. We know there's always going to be technical difficulties on a Saturday. Everybody seems to be home, and they're like, hammering it out on the Wi-Fi, watching us, of course. Get out there and subscribe and retweet this and share this all over the place right now, folks. We got many more things to talk about, and you want to start taking some calls? Let's fucking take some calls. I got more notes on things. Who knows? We'll see what you want to talk about. Maybe we'll call that the segment
What do we want to talk about?
when Danny comes back. Quick story before we close out the Velveteen thing. So when that video he put out happened, I'm watching the video and I'm like, yeah, well, why not get a second chance? Whatever. Me, I don't give a fuck as long as I get entertained on TV. With all the other stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm sure is happening with all kinds of evil people. I'm not like focused on that. I'm focused on entertainment. He entertains me, this guy. So I was like, hey, I'm fine with this. Can we maybe get him back at some point? We can send him through NXT again. You make him lose to 1 million people. Do whatever you need to do. Get him back in the business. I don't see, And you know what? There was such a backlash against it, especially the day of. You know how people are, Sleaze. So this one chick gets online and she's like putting me out there, like, go get him. And I'm like, come get me. Come fucking get me. So I retweeted it. Come get me, all you Twitter fucking idiots. Think I'm scared of you? Like I asked for him to be, texting teenagers again. I'm not like, oh man, I can't wait until Velveteen Dream comes back into main event wrestling type deals like WWE and tweets kids again. That's not what I said. Dumb fucks. So come get me. Nope. And guess what? Nobody came and got me.
No.
So that idiot chick, you get unfollowed. How about that? I didn't even block her. You just get unfollowed. I see what you tried to do. You just tried to lynch Dr. Huge. And it's not going to work. Not going to work. Because I just told everybody again. I don't care. Bring back Velveteen Dream. Come get me. No, come get me, everybody.
Is that a reason to get your ass kicked? Because you had an opinion?
Apparently, she thought so. She's like, oh, I got one, everybody. Look at me now. I got one. He said he liked it. Oh, you know what it was? Because I put it out there, right? It was just a simple statement like, oh, that would be cool if he came back or something. And then I went into the Velveteen Dream trend, and it was all, he's the worst, and he needs to this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And if you're this, and if you're that, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. You know what? Not today. So I deleted it, right? And then she clipped it. She's like, oh, you're trying to run away, and you're trying. I'm like, so I retweeted it. I said, come get me. Come fucking get me.
And then she follows it up with subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, these people out here are so pathetic. Like I told Danny before, they would boo at a funeral these days. They fucking stink. They have no class. They're a bunch of morons. And everybody's right. How can everybody be right, Sleaze? And I'm wrong about everything. How does that work?
I had a discussion with someone the other night because, Dave Meltzer always puts up like AEW's, ratings aren't that bad and blah, blah, blah. So I Googled what a 0.17 rating is, right? And Google tells me, which I posted, is not a good rating.
Yeah,
right.
Not good.
So then it was a female again. She said, oh, well, you're a WWE shill and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, okay, so they're doing a 0.25 and a 0.3, which Google is telling me is really good compared to a 17. Like I'm giving her actual examples as to why she's wrong. And after about 45 minutes, I'm like, I'm done. Like, you're just stupid.
I mean, arguing with females in the first place in real life isn't going anywhere. Definitely not online either. I remember I had a female Dallas Cowboys fan, of all people, telling me that the free agent era is actually weaker than it was earlier. So when the Cowboys won all their championships, it was harder to win then. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
You remember those Super Bowl scores, sweetheart, honey?
Yeah, she's probably 20 years old and wasn't even alive back then.
Just thinking to myself. So I just didn't even respond. I'm like, I'm not doing this. No, this was years ago, back when, I would actually like respond to idiocy. Now that's all anybody will respond to. I figured it out. Everybody else should figure it out too. If you feel like you're getting worked or worked up about something you're seeing on there, don't even interact with it. Get rid of it. Only good stuff over here. Mainly wrestling and some news stuff. That's really all I get to see. I don't know what
dick jokes.
Yep. And BFTs.
BFTs.
Of course, you got to have that in your feed.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have BFTs in your feed somewhere, then what are you, a bundle of sticks?
What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you, a British cigarette?
Oh.
Oh. See how I work
that one.
We just got to work our way around all these words, Sleaze.
Right.
I don't know. I know it's a hurtful, very delicate word to be using, but it can be funny. There's many other offensive words that can be funny too, if used in the right context. But we can't do that here because or until we get our own servers and pay like $50,000 a month. You know how hard it is to do that. People are like, well, you get your own YouTube. Yeah.
Because a ton of people are doing that shit.
My goodness. Yep. I don't know if Danny's ever coming back. I think the aliens finally got him.
They're trying to shut us down.
Yep.
Last week I'm delayed. We couldn't start the show. Danny's gone. The fuck?
Yep. JD McDonough, did you see that injury?
Oh God, yeah. I'm glad he's all right.
Yep. Broke a rib and it went into his lungs. He finished the match, by the way.
That was incredible. Like, I have so much more respect for that dude. Like, after he broke several ribs and punctured his lungs, like you said. But he got right back in the match and finished it on a high level. Like, didn't just, sit there on the apron. He was doing his shit still. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
The way he did it too, the way like doing that flip outside the ring. I've always said this. I'm like, the announce table is too close.
Yeah.
It's just way too close. You can't be doing flips near an announce table. That the momentum will eventually throw you back. The thing that creeps me out the most, especially with this new table that's like cement, apparently. Mm-hmm. Nobody goes through it anymore. Why would you do that? You're not going to have a breakable announce table anymore?
I was going to say that too with this new like steel table they have. Like that's insane.
Yep. So call in. The number's up right now, by the way. 508-456-7948. And if you're listening to this in the future, call this number, leave a message, preferably if you're drunk or really, really high. I like those better. Those are more fun. So, and then leave us a message, and maybe we'll play it on the next show. If it doesn't break YouTube's boxing TOS. Look, they're all firing up and calling one after another now. 0 calls. This is great. I was actually hoping for this. I prayed for this, and it happened.
Yes.
Yep.
We wanted this segment to tank.
Everybody's scared of us until that one kid gets enough booze in him, and then goes, "I'm gonna call in. I'm gonna say I'm gonna delete myself, or I'm gonna do something crazy."
Somebody's got to be day drinking out there. I mean, come on, guys.
Somebody is.
It's fucking Saturday.
Somebody is. Somebody's getting ready for the Royal Rumble tonight.
Right. All you guys that are pre-gaming right now and have some silly thoughts, call the number.
Mm-hmm. Too scared. Scared of us. I get it. Well, the number doesn't work, right? But I don't know. It told me it worked. I got a whole alert and everything said it works. I went, cool. So, we're going to go with a million people are calling right now, and it's just not working. That's what I'm going to go with. I'll leave it up, though. We'll just leave that up for now. And
or the FBI is tapping in, and they're just shutting down the number.
Yep. Damn FBI every time.
Every time.
Always coming for us. How about this Logan Paul? He had said earlier this week that he's the greatest heel ever in wrestling, like history, pretty much.
Right.
I didn't even want to write this down again. I don't know if you saw one of the shows this week. I was saying how when he came out and confronted Rollins and Gunther, it made the segment suck. He's got go away heat with me. But then the crowd started booing him like Dominic Mysterio and chanting. And I went, oh no, it's working. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I I got nauseous. I'm like, oh, they're actually recognizing him as a heel now. It's and he's fighting his own brother soon. Like, do they have enough money?
In boxing?
Yeah, they're fighting each other on Netflix.
I honestly, I will not watch that one. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I had a discussion at the day job, and I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm going to say I'm not going to watch it, and I'm going to find myself watching it just because it's like a car crash, even though it's going to piss me off the entire time.
See, there's no Mike Tyson in it for me. Like, that's the only reason I even tuned into the other one. And of course, that was all a farce. This will all be the same exact thing. And look who's back.
Huh?
Sorry.
There he is.
There he is.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. You're in Vince's office.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sweet.
Look, did you call
Trying
into
to
the
kick me off
hotline?
again.
Does it work? Can anybody call in right now and just test it out then? Since these fucking lazy fucks out here won't do it.
You lazy fucks.
Anybody you got a cell phone on you that you're not using?
I'm using mine.
Well, I'm not going to let Danny do it. He's like you pay like $10 to call me. Never mind. I'm trying to solicit some calls here, everybody. Anyway. No, they aren't fighting. They aren't fighting, Sleazy. Now you're fighting with Philly Sports Pride out here. It came out as a reality show.
Oh God, it gets worse.
And I'm telling you, we already have the reality show for everybody. It's called It's Amore. And we have our first caller finally.
Finally.
Go ahead, 443. You're on the show, 443. Can you hear Philly Sports Pride? Hold on, let me try to turn you up.
Nope.
Hold on, let me turn you up. How about now? Go for it.
What's up?
Wow, it's Philly Sports
Jesus.
Pride in the house.
What's up, fellas?
Shout out to you. What's going on? You got any hot takes for us?
No, have no hot takes. I'm dumb.
You don't. Oh. How about them Eagles?
Yeah, he did. Oh, the Eagles, yeah. There's all kinds of hot takes on them.
Give us a quick take on the Super Bowl, and also after that, the you being bombarded with drones and planes falling out of the sky.
Well, we're gonna kill KC. It's not even gonna be close. I'm just telling you now.
You better.
No repeat. And then we're gonna jump on flagpoles on Broadway Street and kill ourselves, just like they did when they won the NFC.
YouTube TOS in Minecraft. That's all right. I know you're not a professional. I'm
not.
Only professional Philly guy.
Yeah, that's why I can't call up. I'm not professional. I just go back and watch. Well, you've seen it before.
All right. So thoughts on the drones and the planes?
Oh God, the drones. Let's see. Where do you even begin? That's all government. I'm telling you.
Now, did you see any UFOs ever in your life?
I have. There was some right over where I live.
Yeah.
Right when it all was going on, because I'm not too far from Jersey. I'm only a couple hours.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
They're all. Yeah, so they were everywhere, every night.
Still, huh?
I've seen them. I got a recording of it.
Yep. Danny sees things overseas too. He's seen UFOs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what they were, but it's just weird that they all have lights on them. And they're all in a group of 4.
Those are the tractor beams.
Yeah. So, are you worried or concerned about this plane situation we've been having lately over here?
Oh gosh, the planes. I'm definitely scared of planes anyway. So if find this guy on a plane. So if I can't drive to it, I'm not going anywhere. And then, yeah, the planes.
So
can I speak on conspiracy? You know who Jones is, Mr. Alex Jones.
Of course.
I was watching one of his shows about 2 months before Trump became president, and he already called it. He called it. He said, "Start watching all the planes go down." But he's a conspiracy theorist. But
yeah. Can't trust them guys, right?
No, because we're always wrong, right?
Right. Oh, you're one too.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think everybody's starting to turn. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
You know who this is, right?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay.
Of course I do. Do you want your name and you want me to tell your name and address and your social security number to everybody right now?
Sure, go ahead. Sure.
It's
I already got people calling me up thinking I'm Julio. So.
It's 555. I don't know. I'll save it for later. I'll extort you later and blackmail. Hold this over your head in YouTube, TOS, and Minecraft, of course.
Right. Oh yeah, yes.
Always in Minecraft.
It might be robots.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Jeff. I'm going to leave the phone lines open so all the millions of other people that are trying to call in right now are calling in.
All right. We appreciate you guys. Do a great job and keep doing you.
Thank you. See you in the chat.
Yep. Thanks, Jeff.
See, we're doing it. First call since being back. And of course, it was a great one. From one of the greats in the Huge Inverse, a Huge Inverse megastar, Philly Sports Pride. Go follow him on YouTube. We got a coach over here saying, "Yep, lazy fucks."
Lazy fucks.
Hey, maybe some of you are out there. You're on West Coast time. It's still technically AM, and you're laying in bed, and you're like, "I'm not calling it nothing. I'm just laying here listening to these guys talk about stuff."
What you need to do is get off your ass. Go take some shots, call in the show.
That's right. We're already going. We're already cooking over here, bro. Killing it.
It's like my third coffee.
You know the bubbly.
Wow. How about you, Danny? It's early over there. I mean, it's late over there technically, but
yeah, a few more coffees on my list today. Yeah,
soft core.
Well, this is decaf now, but.
All right. Well, what else are we going to talk about here, Cody Rose?
If you actually think
what?
Just the right guy.
Oh, that's the wrong page.
Right gay
What do we want to talk about?
There he is. That's who we want to talk about. Let's leave this number up. You never know. Triple H might call in any minute.
He might.
He might also be buying himself a congratulations card and signing it and sending it to himself. So he might be a little bit busy.
That's right, because he's in the Hall of Fame now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
2 trips. Great bloody job since Vince gone. Love trips.
It's all about me.
Yeah. He has done a good job, but he bloody knows it.
Yeah.
He knows it's an improvement, and it's not perfect. I go on about the adverts, and we've got like 2 days of Royal Rumble soon, and like WrestleMania will eventually be 3 days because 1 day wasn't enough. 2 days won't be enough at some point, and because all the other pay-per-views will end up being 2 days. Sorry, the other pay-per-views of the big 4 will be 2 days. WrestleMania will need to stand out, so then they'll make that 3 days, and it's just you'll get when they say WrestleMania week, they'll soon literally mean WrestleMania week.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the greedy. That's there are many criticisms that you can make against WWE, and that's one of them.
Yep.
Hey, they're cashing in.
Love that money. I mean, I knew it was coming too. I used to joke about it all the time. I'm like, wait until there's wrestling on every single night. But haven't we gone into idiocracy? I feel it's already come and gone. I think the COVID era has kind of just everybody's stupid now. Remember there was a building that just collapsed in Miami a few years back. There are planes falling out of the sky. There's people having accidents in midair. Sure, it could be a lot of different things and maybe even on purpose. Who knows? But like, there's just a lot of stupid shit. And now we got pro wrestling on every night. Think about these kids coming up, right? That are like hardcore wrestling fans. Like we knew these I used to know some hardcore wrestling kids growing up. They would have like huge boxes of just VHS tapes. They would tape every single Raw, but it was only 2 hours a week. Maybe a
Yeah.
Sunday night heat, you get a third hour and a pay-per-view once a month, but generally you're getting like 2 hours a week. And then SmackDown came along, you know what I mean? And then you had WCW. It was still a lot at that time, but now some of the, no wonder, like when they say touch grass, they actually mean it. Some of these people just do not go outside. They're watching wrestling or talking about it or reading about it online and being in these communities 24/7. And it's like, you must have a mind like mush, because at the end of the day, this stuff is entertaining, sure, and we're talking about it and we're trying to entertain others and build a community for ourselves here and everything like that. But you know, you see how we talk about other things and we have other things going on in our lives. It's like being that focused on something with all of this content out here. No wonder Oscar's afraid. I'm afraid of these people too. They're nuts to just consume this much.
It is. I go down the timeline on X constantly, and it's the same people just talking about wrestling. It's like no other thought process. It's like a singular, just tunnel vision. I don't get it.
Obsession.
I love wrestling
Obsession
too. I
is
take
the
a lot
word.
in. Yeah. I mean, I take a lot in too, and we do this show, and we're big fans of wrestling and stuff. But I got other shit to do.
But I just couldn't imagine being 15 years old and just 24 hours a day, just phony matches. It really doesn't mean you don't have money on this. There's nothing coming out of this for you. It's just wild to me. And then they go and they argue with everybody about it. I get it. This is like your life. I'm not like downplaying anything that anybody's into as like hardcore fans. But I think it's a whole nother level these days. Like they were always those hardcore wrestling fans. But in this era, it's
an obsession.
Exactly. Like Danny and you say, obsessed with this shit.
Yep.
But you could switch it off at some point. You'd have to go outside and go to work, go to the pub, go college, school, university, whatever. And eventually someone would be like, shut up talking about that wrestling. It's gay and fake. Shut up. We don't want to hear it. And then you go, all right, I need to talk to everybody else about other things and find different common ground. But because the ability to stay in your little chat room with just your one single interest 24 hours, some people who are lazy or just like unmotivated to do anything else, or they just want to be in playtime and play mode 24/7, they can get stuck in that all the time. And if you live in your escapism, you're not escaping from anything, are you? You need some reality to sort of grind you down to then go to your escapism.
I don't know. I'm scared for all you kids out there. Get liking and subscribing and sharing to all these. They need to hear this message. They need to hear this message. That's what I was trying to say.
They try to shut you down again.
Always. They sell me faulty mic cords and everything to try to fuck me over.
If you guys are going to be obsessed with anything, be obsessed with us.
Yes.
All right?
Yes. Not chicks either.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We
cost you too much money.
That. Yeah.
Imagine our generation paying for OnlyFans. Even thinking about it is kind of funny, This makes me giggle. Like, imagine paying these broads for OnlyFans. Like, what?
There's free porn online all over the place. Why are you paying for this shit?
I think it must be because deep down, subconsciously or something, they think that they're actually going to get with these chicks.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I think it is. You sick bastards.
I mean, really, come on, guys. Really, you really think at the end of the day you might actually hook up with one? It's not happening. It's not happening. Wow, save your money. Exactly. Free porns everywhere. Like paying. Oh my God. It's embarrassing. Again, Deuce Chills, the younger generation. I get it. It's not like I'm too old and I don't get it. I get it. You're being worked over, man. Like, wow. They are really being worked over, these young guys and gals. So, shit, man.
And even if you do go for that transactional approach, you're still cutting yourself short of like enjoyment and the thrill of the chase and learning about yourself and what you enjoy company-wise in other people. If you just grind it down to a purely transactional exchange, it's just, here's money, I get the thing I want, cool, well done. Where's the accomplishment?
Right.
Oh, am I cutting off again?
You're doing it online. At least go to a strip club and give it to somebody in person. Like, for real. Like, you'll actually get some physical contact. Like, that's crazy. You're gonna.
That's what we did when we were kids.
You don't give people money. You're gonna give women money online? What? Okay. Like, they're gonna say hi to you in a message, and that's like a good thing. All right, got it.
Here's my boobie.
Got it. You guys stink. This younger generation stinks so bad. Sorry, guys. I know many of you are fans of this show and everything, but you know, when you're in the wrong mindset if you're out here giving people money online, and it's not Dr. Huge. You know, hashtag Dr. Huge store on Teespring. Go check it out. Many more merchandise on there. I mean, I'm providing you something. You can't just get that Dr. Huge merch anywhere else. You got to come here. All that other naked chicks are everywhere.
That's like going to your store, right? Seeing a Dr. Huge shirt, buying the Dr. Huge shirt, and all you get is a picture of the Dr. Huge shirt.
Yeah, pretty. Here, you could wear this. Maybe. You never know. Yeah. Wow. Yep. Get well, JD McDonough. I don't think I finished that up. I might as well say that.
Oh yeah, that was
gross, right? You weren't here for this conversation. Give us your JD McDonough take.
Oh no, I saw the clip, and as a fellow giant head, I saw that, and if it was enough to penetrate his skull, then that must have fucking really hurt. So
penetrated his skull too?
I thought he smacked his head.
No. It was his ribs went into his lungs.
Yeah, he punctured a lung. Yeah. He broke some ribs.
Collapsed as soon as he went through the curtain backstage, they said.
From the backdrop onto the table?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that looked like it. I thought he smashed his head at first.
Yep. It must have broke some of those ribs in the back, and it poked right into his lungs.
Well, suppose the backdrop.
I'm sure he got a concussion too. So
yeah.
The size and weight of his head will not have played well into that. So again, I can empathize. Get well soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The human pop figure. That's how I see him. He does have a massive head. He got a massive Pat McAfee, O.J. Simpson head. Strip club in my 20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we would give him cripple across faces and Stone Cold Stun, and Stone Cold Stun usually until then the Sleaze would grab her and do a power bomb into the bar area.
Razor's Edge.
Yeah,
right into the hard liquor.
That's why they used to have us come into those places anyway. We weren't there as customers. We would just come in there and,
They'd say, "You want to dance?" No, I don't.
Yeah, boom, rock bottom. See how funny this is, Danny? See, it wasn't that funny last week, but it kind of is this week. It's one of those type of things. Like, violence against women, of course, isn't funny. That's not funny. It's just this whole concept is so ridiculous that it's kind of funny.
Right.
Yeah, wrestling moves is a different level.
The moves. Like, think of some. Like, what do you have any in mind? Like that you would like to do? Would you like to put any of them in some maneuvers?
I've not put much thought into it, to be honest.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, come on, give us some. Yeah, I mean, I can go on for days.
The old double choke slam, I suppose. It'd be easy to just get
a good one,
a little small strippery lasses to just grab hold of the hand and just get the legs flailing. I'm sure they could put on a good show with being lifted up like that. So
there you go. You're getting it.
You need the comedy sound effects in there, though, so people know it's not full bore violence. It is just wacky antics.
That's right. Double choke slam. Brothers of destruction.
Yeah, the women would obviously retaliate with like using the poles, and they could spin round it and get the old head scissors and Hurricane Rana, and
yeah. They do the only luchador moves because they're like 100 pounds. You know,
get Jackie Chan to write it, to choreograph it, and I think we're onto a winner there.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Mike Awesome power bombs. That's all I know. That's my like main move. And then some Hugensteiners, which is a Frankensteiner, but I stole it. Now it's mine. This is Hugensteiner, everybody. I do that flip just like in Tekken with the king character.
You got to jump up on stage and grab one, do a superplex onto a table.
Yes. One of the big fancy tables they lay out in the champagne rooms.
Yes.
Yep. With Chris Rock in there. Some real throwback references here. Remember Kid Rock or Chris Rock, Kid Rock? There were a lot of rocks back in the day, huh? When you think about it.
Rock. Yeah.
The Rock, Chris Rock, Kid Rock.
Don Morocco, The Rock.
Yeah. Crack Rock, Dave Chappelle. Canadian destroyers would do well in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying
Pile Driver's an obvious one.
Yeah. The Jake the Snake DDT. All of them. I mean, we can't miss with this. I think we got an SNL skit on our hands. I'll write to them. I'll see if they can do it.
Just imagine the DJ is, playing music and he says, "Now coming to the stage," and she comes out and she looks all sexy. We come out of nowhere, stunner, rock bottom, something.
Yep, they hit our music.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We hold up our, like fake belts.
Mm-hmm. Strip club champions, right, Sheik?
You are fucking gay bar.
No, he doesn't like this conversation, I guess. All right, we'll move on then. Anyway.
If the Sheik was alive, I'd want him to go to strip clubs.
You know he has. The thing is, this is what's funny too, is all these old school wrestlers, especially them, they lived at the strip bars, like all over the country. Undertaker tells stories about it, how he just sit, he'd be Biker Taker in there with the big leather jacket and the sunglasses, and he's like, yeah, nobody would ever approach me. They knew what the deal was. They just kind of like leave us alone, even if they knew who we were. And who's approaching a 7-foot fucking guy that looks like a biker at a strip club? Like nobody. So yeah, you were pretty safe there. Kevin Nash was safe, of course. He had the same type of stories. But yeah, I mean, who's the only one that does that these days? Hook? I think he's the only one, and everybody praised him for it, Sleaze.
Yeah.
Yep. If you think Hook was cool, we're fucking who's the coolest guy on the planet considered? I don't know. We're the coolest people on the planet too. Then
yeah.
Yep. Because I was not impressed with you, Hook. It was like, yeah, okay. It was like every weekend for the past 30 years. Hook. Yep. Canadian destroyers. That's right. I don't know. I'm considering it now. Sounds pretty good. Philly sports pride.
I think we have to go on tour.
Yeah. How about this story? Perk Angle is going to be retired. They're retiring the name. Kurt Angle said, I mean, he pretty much said we're not doing this anymore, but in a way along, I, had problems and there was a bad time in my life and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, so we're at peak Angle now. Are you guys with peak Angle?
He's not at his peak.
No, that was the peak in TNA when he was on Perk. It's not Perk Angle anymore. It's peak Angle.
Okay.
Right.
I guess we're going for it.
Sure.
I mean, Perk Angles was a pretty cool name, and it was a time in your life. I think we all understand what you're doing. I mean, but it was fun to us. You even knew it was all in jest. So yeah, Perk Angle. I mean, you're doing flips off the stage. Yeah, you were going. You couldn't feel a thing. You just looked amazing. You felt amazing. It was a great time, even though it wasn't.
Even though he was destroying his life, I mean, it was a good time for us.
For us. And that's how, see how I'm always coming from full circle with this stuff. It's really all about me being entertained at the end of the day.
Right.
Like, yeah, go text some 16-year-olds your abs. Go take all the perks you want. Whatever. As long as you're doing flips and entertaining Dr. Huge, right, Paladin? Right, am I wrong? Nobody's telling me I'm wrong, so nobody's calling. Nobody's telling me I'm wrong, so I'm just going to keep going with this until further notice.
When Scott Hall came out drunk and threw up on Eric Bischoff, great.
Yep. Jeff Hardy came out and was the shits with
Sting.
It's the shits.
Yep. Sting had to hold them down for that 3 count. Like, no, we're done.
You are in fact done.
He really pinned him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Danny brought up Jimmy Uso, earlier this week. Yep. And people forget, Sleaze, Jeff Hardy ran over Elias and then blamed it on Sheamus.
And they did this like hot on the heels of his actual real life drink driving thing. So because they did it so soon, it was just like, I know what you're doing. You're just going to conflate it now. So people go, did he really drink drive? Or was that part of the storyline? And then they get corrected and it's like, oh, no, it was a storyline. And it wasn't him anyway. It was so-and-so that was driving instead. So, just forget him and go and buy his fucking T-shirt. Now, buy his T-shirt. And it's like, we're just going to ignore that again. and expect it not to escalate.
Do you remember when Road Warrior Hawk came out? And they totally wasted, like tripped over the ropes, like, and they just kept going on with it.
Yeah, Peru. There's been a lot of that. Jeff Jarrett throwing the tortillas. God, how many other times have people come out and mess? Sandman every night in ECW was messed up.
Oh yeah,
be tripping balls on acid out there wrestling. What else we got here? There's so many more notes. We got the Royal Rumble in a few hours, folks. So we're going to keep this going. Again, if you want to call in, get liking, subscribing, share this all over the world. We're here every Saturday, 2 p.m. Some weeks more people, some weeks less. You know how this goes. But you can be a part of the show in the chat and calling in. We want to hear from you, the people. Not you, Jeffrey Cross. I mean, Philly Sports Pride, right? Who lives at 806 Mulholland Drive, New Jersey.
His phone number is 555.
Yeah. What's your middle name? Who's your favorite pet? What's your favorite color? All right. Thank you.
5'6", 165 pounds.
Jordan Grace is out here acting like she's not going to be in the Royal Rumble this weekend.
Oh, come on.
I find that kind of comical. She's like, I got my mother's birthdays this weekend, guys. I'm not going to be in the Rumble.
Fuck off.
How about that? She actually put up a picture the other day when she first started out in wrestling, when I was beefing with her most, when she was all chubby. And now she's all ripped. Like,
when Cornette used to call her Butterface.
Yes, the Butterface days. It's a great term.
Butterface.
But I don't really have much to criticize Jordan Grace with or goof on her about, other than Tom Brady. I mean, it's more of a goof on Tom Brady. Tom Brady sounds like Jordan Grace, in my expert analyst's opinion, since he's been doing these games. And has she gotten work done on her face, or is it she's just dieted so much and fasted and worked out so much that she just looks like a completely different human being?
I think it's that, and it's like pulling her skin.
Yeah. Something's up.
She has transformed her face somewhat, yeah. I'm not sure if it's surgical or, like you say, dietary, but yeah. She does look very different.
Yep. Ozempic, maybe? No.
Maybe.
Everybody's on something over here, Danny. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And people are coming out against that now.
Finally.
Sorry if YouTube are making money off it and they're upset with me, but yeah, some pop star came out and was begging her fans to start like looking into it, and she's not feeling well because of it now. So I think others will start coming out now. We'll see.
I mean, we have our own politicians over here screaming at like RFK and stuff about all of this. They're so like threatened that they're gonna lose all their money that they're getting from.
I saw Bernie Sanders just going nuts over that onesie, and yeah, he's just shouting at it. Yeah, he was shouting at RFK. RFK can't really shout back because it's just like this all the time. It's like, please don't shout. This is the best I could do. And yeah, listening to him, you wouldn't think he should be in charge of people's health, but then when you see him like doing pull-ups and like working out and stuff, it's like, oh, fair enough, he knows his stuff. But yeah, Bernie Sanders was just kicking off and shouting at him and trying to belittle him while he's up on his little podium and mistaking that he's like taller than him and stuff. It's just, yeah, it was a shit show. That was not your best.
No.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I don't even trust RFK. How about that? He's not going to get anything done. Trump's not, and all these people aren't going. Listen, nothing really changes. This is what people aren't seeming to get. There's warring factions inside of an oligarchy. So there's somebody else controlling and pulling all the strings that aren't the people that we see on TV all the time and are like the working management, if you will. That's how I see the world, and I think it's pretty clear that is the case. I mean. Yeah,
it is.
I mean, I don't trust any of these people. You know, like, of course, we all knew there's toxins in the food. We need RFK for any of this. The dopes do. You know what I mean? Like the people out here, but the people like me that like are keeping like are aware of kind of what's going on. You don't trust RFK, really? You gonna trust all these people? I get it. It's better than what we had before, right? But still, we're still playing in the same game here. So, yeah, it's my hot takes on politics. I mean, that's why I can talk about it again, because I don't like any of yous. You like the Democrats or you like the Republicans? Well, fuck you.
They're all the same. They're all the same.
So, and they all get their stuff from pro wrestling, I tell you. A lot of pro wrestling in this politics lately. Like this Triple H brought up earlier, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. They asked Chris Jericho about it, and he's like, well, what was the actual quote? If he wanted to be in the Hall of Fame, not one of these guys that care. Wait, where is it? Oh, he said basically it's not real. It's not real anyway, Jericho says. So, yeah, sure. The wrestling business isn't real. They're giving you your day in the sun after your career is over, right? So he seems a little bitter.
Yeah, how many awards has he accepted for Fozzy? Because that's just as all that crap just as manufactured. It's record labels who want to give like a little shiny seal of like, this is who we're promoting this year. Please buy it. And yeah, it's just a staged music film. I don't trust any of those. It's just a showcase. What we've got coming out this year. Please buy our stuff. Pat ourselves on the back.
Jericho's becoming delusional too. Like he's getting dementia, like Ric Flair.
If they offered him a spot on the Hall of Fame, though,
he would take it.
Exactly. Everybody believes that. I don't think anyone would be like, "Oh no, he'd turn it down." He'd politely turn it down.
Yeah, he just knows he's not getting one anytime soon.
Yeah, he's got like another 8 or 9 years left on his contract, hasn't he? But still, that's gonna sort him out financially, and then when that's over, he can go and do Hall of Fame. One last little, like you say, little day in the sun. God. Job's a good one.
Dakota Kai's hurt. Another concussion. She's out again. She doesn't have the body for this, folks. I like Dakota Kai. I think she's great and all this. She's built like Shotzi Blackheart. Same thing. Where are you, Shotzi?
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
You're not Shotzi. Yeah. There she is. She's got that same kind of body. She came back. She already got a stone cold knee brace on. Expect another one of those soon, Shotzi. How you get down. And then how about this? Mandy Rose is kind of throwing some shade at Mike Stratton.
Oh, that was so stupid. So
She
stupid.
said, she
I
said
didn't
that
see this, but sorry. Can I just quickly guess? Is she going to say she's ripping off her gimmick?
Yes.
a part of it, a
Right.
saying of hers.
Yeah. Right.
A
Okay,
saying
sorry, go
that
on.
like so many people have said 100,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What's the saying, Sleaze?
it would, what was it? Keep my name out of your mouth or something
Put
like
some
that.
respect on
Oh,
my name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
Just like what the Birdman said at the Breakfast Club there. He's
Mandy is so irrelevant. Does anybody remember anything she ever said when she was a wrestler?
they had the toxic attraction thing. And then
I think you'll find the biggest part of her career was her relationship with Otis, actually, because that was some quality Vince McMahon fueled television. Because Pretty Bird and that fat mess, that'd never happen in real life, would it? Take that, Marks.
And her OnlyFans. That was her 2 claims to fame.
mm-hmm.
I think that's her only claim to fame now.
Yeah.
But no, if she wanted to argue and say, oh yeah, look, she's stolen my gimmick, it's like, all right, I wouldn't say she's stolen your gimmick, but it's a similar sort of like fitness model turned pro wrestler. She's super snooty and shitty with everybody.
Right.
Yeah, you just fill in that same sort of like spot there.
I love it. She's like, she even said it the same way I say it.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, super lame. Cut it out.
It's got to suck to be irrelevant and think you're relevant.
Goldberg, here's somebody going to be super relevant again. He's getting ready. He's training everybody. He's getting ready to beat somebody up, and he's like pissed about it. Just like The Rock when they're like always whining, I'm doing this all for one night. Like, what the hell? You know,
Then don't do it.
Yeah. You don't want to end up like Saudi Arabia again, do you, Bill? Remember that?
Rest. How about he trains with somebody that knows how to wrestle and like teaches them how to wrestle? That would probably be a good idea.
What if during his last match, he goes out into the crowd and super kicks Bret Hart again, and they just bring Bret Hart just for that reason?
Yeah.
Just never tell him. And Goldberg gets like knocked outside by Gunther, and he turns around, Bret Hart's there, and he's like, and he super kicks him.
Be good for ratings.
Be good for this show, that's for sure. Yep.
Boom, right in the face.
Charlotte's changing her whole gimmick here. It seems like her new nickname is the Top Girl. She's not a girl.
No.
I don't see girl. Top Girl. I guess they needed a G, right? Like Top Guy, but what do you think of that, Danny? I know you love Charlotte, and there's rumors she's going to be champion very shortly again.
Do you need rumors for that? She just comes. I know this just sounds like I'm falling for the work now, but she just comes back and says, "I'm Charlotte Flair. I'd like a title match, please." And they go, "There you go, Charlotte Flair. Have a title match." What's that? Asuka streak broken. Ronda Rousey broken. Just everything else broken. Yeah, to her. So I wouldn't be surprised. She'll probably win it tonight and just leave that deflated, disappointed taste in everyone's bloody mouth.
Yeah.
Who do you think has been? I mean, Cody hasn't been around as long, but who benefits more from being, one of the GOATs, sons and daughters? Because they're kind of like McGillicuddy.
Better than perfect.
Wow.
But we're not.
But
But we're
there's a
not trying to milk
correlation
his dad's. We're not trying to milk the family name. We're not trying to milk the family name. Honest, but we'll give him the little catch line of like better than perfect.
Oh, he had it the roughest. The B team. That was the last thing he had was the B team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It says a lot.
Ted DiBiase Jr. as well. He that didn't end well for him.
And quickly, some other notes just to touch on, let everybody know what's going on here. Zelina left the LWO. She's on SmackDown now. I'm always wondering why she's still in the business, or at least at WWE. I guess Aleister Black may be coming back, and then they would like to have them on the same show. Or she's going to go back to the show where Andrade already is, where he fought The Miz last night. He beat The Miz. Not much more to be said about that.
I think it's the Aleister thing.
Yeah.
I think there's way too many rumors about him coming, and he's going to show up in the Rumble tonight.
Yeah. And here's some other people we may see. Oh, go ahead, Danny.
Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't know about the how likely it was for Aleister Black to be coming back. But Zelina's got that. She's one of those that when they go to that part of the world, they're very happy to put her on the front of everything.
Yeah.
And they don't have like a massive number of people from that area, so they do like to keep her around for that. But also Aleister Black as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
She's
they
the
keep her
queen
around
of
for
Puerto
this.
Rico.
Yeah, spokesperson sort of job.
I mean, how is that not a 51st state? Seriously, and then Guam, and we got all these islands, and we own everything. It seems like around us, except for like a part of the Caribbean, which is weird. It's like I mean, as imperialistic as America is and has been in the past, that's all. That should be all ours. I'm kind of with Trump with all this. Panama is ours. You know what? Mexico is ours. Canada's definitely ours. They just don't even know it. Like, they don't even have a fucking army. Like, what are they gonna do if we just said when they hired me as president, right? Hired, not voted in, and I was like, you know what? And they talking shit to America. I'd be like, you know what? Guess what? You're ours now, and I wouldn't even have to say. I'd just go point at my military and go, well, you want to fight? The end. So that's how I think about Canada. Sorry, coach. It's kind of how it goes. And the Caribbean. Shut up.
Shut your face.
I actually hit that. I accidentally hit that, but maybe other people are screaming at me. They don't like my takes here today. But you know what? Yeah. The Caribbean. England owns Jamaica and the French own Haiti. Like, what? Like, what is this? The 1800s? Like, you're right next door. Like, we think we like own Taiwan, and we're like all fighting with China over Taiwan. Taiwan is like right next to China. And you mean to tell me the shit that's right next to us we don't even want? We're like, sure, we'll just let the Europeans have. None of this makes any sense to me. I'm like, I don't know. This wrestling stuff is too confusing. The world geopolitics is too confusing. Planes are falling out of the sky. Fucking dogs and cats are getting along. Right? It's raining pigs and men. I don't know.
Dave Meltzer thinks AEW has good ratings.
Everything's just crazy these days. I can't keep up with it all. I'm glad everybody watches, though, and listens to us rant about these things every Saturday at 2 p.m. Generally, there's 4 of us. We're missing Reezy today, but he's off hanging out with professional wrestlers somewhere, taking pictures and posting them online. Go follow him there at King Reezy, I believe it is. Sleaze, you got any plugs?
Basically on every social media at the Sleaze 52, and my promo videos and all that fun stuff that's online is done by Higher Love Creations.
Yes. And Danny, where can we find you and your things?
DannyDamage.co.uk. This time tomorrow, I will have my review on the Royal Rumble. I won't be watching it live, but I will be watching it at ridiculously early o'clock British time. Yep, that's it.
Cool.
Oh, and yeah, no farmers, no food.
Yep. We kind of need farmers. Same thing over here. Stop selling all our farmland to China and Bill Gates. Thank you. And don't forget, maybe we'll just do this every Saturday. Maybe I'll just throw it in any show where I just got nothing for you and I need your help. And then you can just sit there and look at the number and not call in like a bunch of stupid mutton heads like you've been doing. You could also do that. The number is, again, for the people listening on the podcast, 508-456-7948. Leave a message and your message might make it to the show. Also, don't forget, I still have an album out there. You can go just follow on Spotify, YouTube, Dr. Hugenstein, all over the place. Let's pump up these numbers everywhere. We need that algorithm to help us out, and we need your help even more. And I think that should do it, everybody. Teespring, of course, Dr. Huge store, bunch of new merchandise, got fanny packs, all kinds of things you can pick up there. Here, watch this video, and we'll talk to you next week. Everybody in wrestling needs a fanny pack. You're not a wrestling fan unless you own a fanny pack and wear it.
I'm gonna buy your fanny pack.
What?
I want that fanny pack.
Yes, thank you. And
do you know? Sorry, do you know what we call fanny packs over here? That's why I'm laughing, because it's not a phrase we use. We don't call them fanny packs. We call them bum bags. A bum bag.
Bum bag.
A bum bag, yeah. Because you would normally keep it on your hip near your bum.
Yeah.
Your backside.
Remember?
But
how about this throwback?
I think that's
bum equipment.
Remember what? Sorry.
Did you ever have bum equipment?
Oh God. Oh God. I forgot that was a thing.
That's old school over here. That was an actual brand of clothing that they put
bum
out.
Equipment.
Bum equipment.
You were a bum if you wore it too.
I've not heard of that one. Yeah.
It just reminded me of that.
No,
But
I've not heard of that.
fanny packs. We got pillows. I got phone cases. You name it. Go Dr. Huge store on Teespring. I'm sure there's a link up on my X somewhere. And that does it for us. We'll talk to you later. Have fun watching Royal Rumble.